I just wanted to check in and just kind of talk about some stuff that I've noticed going on with myself, that I've noticed in different conversation with colleagues and friends, family, and that is the roller coaster that we're on. Some days, lots of heaviness. More so recently in our house, it's gotten more and more difficult to get the kids to do schoolwork. I find myself, it's hard to get motivated. And so I just wanted to talk about that a little bit, and then some ways that we can move. Before I've talked about different ways of coming in and being quiet and noticing. With the movement, we'll still be noticing, but it's also knowing, like in those heavy times, to rest, but then also to move, so that we don't get stuck in that stagnant phase either. So one of the books that I'm reading, Polyvagal Theory for Therapists, is describing part of our nervous system as a ladder, and at the bottom of the ladder is our stillness, collapse, and then as you go up the ladder, how that shifts into more like social engagement, like wanting to be around people, needing the conversation and the interaction, and happy to do it and looking forward to it. And so some of you may have noticed that in yourselves. Also, as I'm kind of tripping over my words, but for those of us, which are most of us who have experienced trauma, sometimes we can find ourselves on more of one of that spectrum than the other. And so, I've already addressed some of like the really busy, where it's like, take a minute, be still, see what's really going on inside and feel that for a minute, and then move on to something else. And then today I want to talk about, like, in that stillness of getting up and doing some movement. So I have, they're called smoothies. They're weighted, they help with the momentum, but you can use water bottles, cans, or nothing at all. But I also want to just take a minute and talk about movement in general, especially on those really heavy days that we need a little bit of motivation, just to even do it for a minute, and then to do it a little bit later in the day for a minute. I had an appointment with my therapist last week, and we talked a lot about that as far as like building resiliency. So the more that we practice that, the greater our resiliency will be, and the greater our capacity will be to find, our skills in order to move through this unknown time. So some of the ways to create movement for yourself or with your family, like the other day when the kids and I were feeling super heavy, we played hide and seek. And I took a lot of joy out of scaring them. So that was fun. And then it got everybody moving, and that energy just kept on. And then we rested. And then I noticed the following day, since we had already kind of started that momentum, then we kept more of that momentum and found, throughout the day, ways to be active and then to be still. Our nervous system right now is also, constantly assessing danger, which it does anyways. But right now, especially with the unknown, and depending on your situation, because everybody's is different, everybody is going through this in a different way, to notice those things that work for you, that allow you to be still, and for the times that you need movement, because movement also helps us to move some of that energy through our body rather than hanging on to it, and it reminds us that we can move. Especially in this time where we are asked to stay home. Some states are changing that right now. However, for the safety of our family and those people around us, we are still choosing to be home, even though we're in Austin, Texas. And so, again, movement helps you to feel not so stuck. And again, it's not asking anybody to change any big lifestyles, but to try it, and to start building that resiliency I did a meditation the other morning. I've been doing the Oprah and Deepak app. It's a 21-day meditation for hope. And the other morning, when I was doing my meditation, the meditation or the mantra for that meditation was, I trust in life because I trust in me. And that really hit home in a lot of different ways, but also, you know, right now, just trusting that your body knows what it needs to do to take care of yourself, you know. Finding myself a little emotional right now because it's hard, you know. Today we're really missing family. So, you know, it's like, allow yourself to feel your feelings. I'm not asking you to not do that, to not feel your feelings, but feel your feelings, you know, and sometimes we need to be still to do that. And then sometimes it's like moving our body because we felt it so much that we need to move through it, or we just need that extra boost to get going again. So I hope this is helpful, and I'm gonna go ahead and grab my smoothies and just show you. It's very simple exercise. I'm just looking at my notes here real quick to see if there's anything else that I noticed. Oh yeah, you know, having dance parties, watching funny videos, or looking up funny jokes, telling jokes to each other, the laughter, making obstacle courses, playing tag, pillow fights. My kids like to play, call it jump duck, where I take a pillow, or their dad takes a pillow, and we swing it and we say jump, and they have to jump over it, or we say duck and then they have to duck on the way back. And that's something that they really enjoy doing and brings laughter to everybody, you know. So it's being creative and, you know, including your kids and finding ways to have fun, you know, because this is heavy and this is hard and everybody's having their own feelings about it. So I hope that you try some of those things and let me know. You know, I would love to hear from everybody, to see what everybody's doing, how everybody's doing. And if you need a little extra support, you know that I also do consultations. So I appreciate everybody taking the time to watch these videos. And like I said before, you know, it's just different things that I've learned in my 20 years of studying the body and the nervous system, and, you know, different things that I'm noticing as I'm also going through this. So continue watching, and please leave any comments or questions. Reach out. I would love to hear from you. I'll be right back. Okay, so thank you for staying with me. So these are the smoothies that I was talking about, for those of you interested. It also comes with some exercise video. But we've used these in the somatic experiencing community, so that's how I became familiar with them. They're weighted, like I was saying, so it really helps with creating your own momentum, so it's not you're not muscling through it. So you can use water bottles full of water. You could try cans. You could try anything with beads to create that extra weight, or just the weight of your hand itself. But really, it's just starting off by swinging. Take a breath, let your shoulders down, swing the arms, and then rest. And doing it again. And down. And then just see what you notice. Like, I'm noticing some warmth in my arms, feeling my shoulders down. I feel lots of movement in my arms, actually. And then you can even see what it feels like to alternate your arms. And rest. So those are just some really quick exercises. If you need a little help of getting started. It doesn't have to be anything really big. It's just a little bit of something. And again, I'm not asking to do 20 minutes, but maybe a minute here or there. And just see if, on those heavy days that can help give you a little bit more of a boost that you need. So anyway, take care of yourselves. Thank you again. Mwah.